Hey guys, so I gotta admit, trading is freaking hard and I know I suck at it. That's why I just buy and hold most of the time. But then I look on Twitter and some of these crypto traders are so freaking good at it and they make a living from actively trading. So that makes me wonder, what if we could just copy them and do what they do? When they enter a position, we do the exact same thing. That's essentially the world of copy trading, and I'm wondering if you've heard of it or tried out any of those platforms before. If so, let me know down in the comments below. There are a few of those options out there, but in today's video, I want to dive into the Covesting platform by our sponsors for this video, PrimeXBT. One of the professional traders on there turned his and his followers' collective capital from 400K to 8 million in the span of a few days. I gotta admit, that impressed the heck out of me. But that's of course just one example, and that doesn't mean that most traders will be able to do that, or for that one guy to even repeat his same performance. But if your curiosity is piqued right now, here's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna share with you what you gotta know about copy trading in general, touch on what Covesting offers, look at the Cove token, and wrap it all up with a demo. Does that sound good to you? Well, strap in because it's time for the deep dive. Welcome back to BFB, I'm Kevin, and in this channel we're focused on deep research and honest opinions. As always, if you find this video interesting for you at all, then please just smash that like button because that'd help me out a ton. Alright, let's start at the very top and chat about copy trading. Like I said, trading is difficult, and if you just mess around, you're gonna lose money. It takes a lot of time and effort, not only to learn trading, but also to actively manage your portfolio. That's why people are tempted to let a fund manager trade for them. But please don't do that. There are so many reasons why not to. Most of these fund managers, at least in the crypto space, are pure scammers. And even if you come across the few that aren't, you still have to trust them with their funds. It's hard to switch if you don't like them. And it's just a lot of reasons why it's not a good idea, I promise you. That's why people built these copy trading platforms, so there's more structure and reliability involved, and pro traders can't just outright scam you or trick you. It's not only helpful for newbie traders who want someone to follow, pro traders can also make more money on top of their own trading profits by getting a cut of any profit they generate for their followers. So if you're a good trader, this is potentially a great way to supplement your income if you're trading full time, for example. This is where Covesting comes in. They are a tool for newbie traders to follow pro traders. Some of the strategies and traders on there have track record for massive gains so far. And if you're a trader on there, you can get followers, build up a reputation, and take a cut of the juicy profits. I took a look at their community and they're super helpful and engaged. You can even meet some of the pro traders in there and ask them questions or just chit chat about strategy. Now, Covesting was built by a team with a ton of trading and investing experience. They actually had an ICO back in the day in 2017, and their plan was to build this along with their own exchange. But the bear market threw a wrench in their plans and they decided to go B2B instead and sell their Covesting module to already successful exchanges. A pretty savvy move if you ask me. In 2020, they partnered with PrimeXBT as the first exchange to launch on. And their own token Cove, or COV, is used for fee reduction, much like BNB is. On this channel, I've covered PrimeXBT a couple times already, but as a quick reminder, they started in 2018 and now have over 500 million in daily trading volume and supports over 150 countries, but not the US officially. They offer margin trading on crypto, of course, but also other stuff like Forex, commodities, stock indices, and more. They're also pretty darn proud about their low slippage and how they offer various protection features for their margin traders. Alright, so how does copy trading work on Covesting and what do you need to know before trying it out? If you're a follower, you gotta look at everyone's track record and strategy and pick the ones you like. The minimum deposit is 0.1 BTC and you can divvy it up among different traders. They all publicly write and share their strategy that they will execute, so you can spread your funds across the different strategies if you'd like. There's no lockup period, so at any time you want, you can switch to other traders. But if you think about it, this isn't really the place to just set and forget because traders can make mistakes or just lose their touch over time. So you should still be constantly monitoring about how the traders are performing and switch it up over time. Just a quick heads up though, there is a 1% entry fee when you start following a new trader, so probably not good to switch too often either. Now, for those of you who are pro traders in here, you can start your own strategy with just 0.05 BTC. If and when you generate a profit for your followers, it is split between you, them, and the exchange. The percentage of the split depends on how much each follower puts towards your strategy. So for example, if someone allocated 0.1 BTC to you, they get to keep 70% of any profits, you get 20, and the platform gets 10. Here's some more concrete numbers for you. Let's say people followed you with around 22 Bitcoin and you generated 2x gains with that balance. Assuming Bitcoin's at 50K, you'd earn a whopping $220,000 just from profit sharing. Some traders on there have already made this much, if not more, since we are in a raging bull market right now. Now, back to my regular non-pro traders watching this. When you go look for traders to follow, you shouldn't just pick them randomly, nor should you just go with the ones with the highest gains and the shortest amount of time. Here are some pro tips from me, okay? Check out the ones that have steady and consistent returns over a longer period of time, since short-term swings are easy and people get lucky all the time. But longer-term returns, now that is hard to do. Another thing to look at is how much margin each trader use. If they use maximum leverage, they may be playing with fire, because sooner or later they might get a huge loss and liquidate not only their funds, but yours too if you follow them. Some other important things to look at are how long they've been on the platform, what amounts they're trading with, and how many followers do they have. All of these nuggets can give you a better picture of who should be on your radar to follow. You can also utilize Covesting's own rating system to make your own decision. We're going to touch on this a little bit, but either way, I urge you to just be chill and monitor these traders for a while before jumping in and copying them. Covesting's own leaderboard is constantly updated, so if traders do poorly, then that gets immediately reflected on their stats. That's why it's a good idea to keep your eyes on those stats, because look, it's easy to make gains in a bull market, but what about when the market gets choppy or turns into a bear market? Not so easy then. So you should judge these pro traders on how they do, not only when things are easy, but also when the going gets tough. A quick note on their rating system, because this is not what you expect. Traders can get up to 5 stars, but this does not come from our votes or their followers. They get stars for being consistent, using enough margin, getting a high win to loss ratio, things like that, right? These stars are auto updated by the system so that what you see is the latest for each pro trader. Now remember I mentioned earlier they have a token too, the Cove token. This can be used within the Covesting platform. You don't actually need to have it at all to use everything, but if you do, you can reduce trading fees as a strategy manager by 25%. Followers can remove that pesky 1% entry fee, and you can also just keep more of your profit share by 5%. All pretty spiffy benefits if you ask me. Now let's switch gears and take a quick look at the platform. Okay, so I signed in to PrimeXBT and I clicked here up on the top. And just want to touch on some quick areas that you should be aware of. First, this is the community link to their Telegram on this blue link up here. You can switch between BTC and dollars. This changes this followers equity column. You can do advanced filters. You can see a lot of info about them, right? This is the star rating system, and this makes it really clear what each of the stars means. They have a total equity, followers equity of over 1 million, pretty impressive. Performance, number of followers, active days, today's profit, total profit, Gyarados. A lot of stuff you can know about them. You can click into Gyarados' strategy, read about the statistics of the strategy, and you can get all the stats, the charts about profit, manager equity, followers equity, margin, 30-day performance, year-to-date performance, description. This is where they write about their strategy, why you should follow them. They have their social links, the offers that I mentioned earlier, their profitability by days, by months, and some other indicators down here. So that's pretty straightforward. And if you decide to follow Gyarados 1, like I said, this one has the max number of followers. So let's go back and follow 1 Bitcoin instead. And then you have to deposit Bitcoin, follow them, and choose your initial amount, and it tells you about the fees from profit and your entry fee too. And then once you do that, it will show up in your portfolio. Now, here's where you create strategy on the left-hand side. If you want to become like Gyarados 1 or 1 Bitcoin, then you can create your own strategy and get people to follow you. And at the bottom is the Covesting token wallets, where it tells you about their token burns, about the overall stats, other utilities like the trading fee discounts and so forth. So pretty straightforward, right? You can just take this, filter, and check them out on how they've been performing. If you like their strategy and may want to follow them, pretty self-explanatory. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about this app and how to use it. Alrighty guys, so here's my final verdict. I think this platform is pretty polished and has a solid track record so far. Keep in mind though, if you're going to try this out, copy trading can be high risk and high reward because it is active trading with leverage after all. And I'm not only sharing my warnings about this specific thing, this advice applies to everything you try out in the crypto space. Also, don't forget to take your time and follow a manager's track record before diving in with them. You should also spread out between different traders. And finally, just have reasonable expectations and know that if and when the bull market ends, if you're still using the exact same strategy as before, then you may see bad results. So please keep that in mind, right? And I don't currently copy trade at all, but this does sound interesting to do with a small slice of my portfolio. Currently, I buy and hold. I have some that I use a bot to actively trade for me, and then some getting interest too. But this is yet another thing that you can try out so that you're not only doing one approach with your entire portfolio. But if you're a newbie, definitely take your time and get comfortable first. I hope you enjoyed this video though. If you did, please give me a like and also let me know what you think about copy trading in general or co-vesting. I'm Kevin from BFB. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I have some fun NFT videos for you coming up ASAP. Cheers.